Hey kids, it's that TCAT, and today we're doing something special. We are gonna be painting some snails. Yep, that's right. I'm actually going to paint the shell of the snail, and don't worry, he'll be fine. I'm going to use water-based, non-toxic paint, and it's not gonna weigh him down or slow him down at all, as if he could get any slower. But and then I'm going to release him back into the wild. But not just him. I've actually got a few buddies of his somewhere in there. There they are at the top. So we've got a few snails, and we're gonna give them a snail makeover, and I'm sure they'll appreciate it. So I got my tools of the trade here. Gonna start off by cleaning off a shell, and then drying them off with some Q-tips, and then we're going to do a base coat in black and give him some color. And there he is. There's our first customer. All right, we're gonna get to work. Okay, so we're gonna get started with our first snail spa customer here. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to take this sponge with some water, and I'm just going to give him a little wash. And again, I'm not using any sort of soap or anything like that. And I just want to get all this dirt and grime that he accumulates from his adventures in the wilderness. And by wilderness I mean the concrete jungle that we live in. I got him nice and washed down. Now I'm going to grab a couple of Q-tips here, one or two, and oh, he's blowing bubbles. That's nice. And I'm just going to use this to kind of dry him off. Move you back into camera view. It's important that he is nice and dry because it is we're using water-based paint, and it's non-toxic, so that's good for him. But that also means that we need a nice dry surface to work with. Now, I really thought once I started kind of harassing him here that he would tuck into his shell. But he seems more interested in moving and getting off the page here. I'm actually just going to pick him up. Whoop. And put you back. Okay, now that we've got him relatively dry and ready, he's nice and clean. Going to be taking this water-based paint marker, and I'm going to give him a nice base coat on his shell. I'm going with the grooves of his shell, not only for my own benefit, as it is easier to fill in the grooves when you're going with them, but also because I really don't want to be bothering this guy too much, causing him too much discomfort. But I think that it's going to be worth it for him, because he's going to end up with a very nice, freshly painted shell. He's going to be the talk of the snail town. All of his buddies are going to be jealous. I'm just going to hold him, try to. Maybe I'll get him in this other way. As far as painting his underside down here, I really don't see a whole lot of point in it, because there's a part of his shell that comes into contact with his body, and I don't need to be smearing paint there first off. And then also, oops, no one's going to see that anyways. And let's be honest here, nobody's likely to spot him when he's out and about as it is. He will probably end up under somebody's shoe. The unfortunate life of a snail. But nonetheless, if he's going to go out, he's going to go out in style. I'm going to help him with that. Alright, so I'm just going to finish up this paint job and we'll come back when I'm done. Okay, so we're back. His shell is nice and dry. And whoop, there we go. And he's ready for his decal. So I'm going to get him turned facing me. I basically want to paint this general area because it's kind of the broadest area, and he is really moving, which I thought once I began handling him he would retreat back into his shell. Oh, come on, bud. I don't like yanking on him too hard. So instead I just punch him in the face with this. Okay, so he's deciding to do his own thing. So I'm gonna kind of try to just keep him in camera view as I paint on him. This is my first time ever painting a snail. The only other living thing I've ever done any sort of artwork on are people, and they're usually a lot more cooperative because they can understand when you speak to them. I think that's the reason why. So I'm just going to see if I can stop him without being too obtrusive. Okay. Yes, you may have control over your body, young snail, but I have control over your environment. I definitely could use a thinner brush. Well, hello. Definitely could use a thinner brush, but I decided to go with this brush simply because it should be quicker. Okay, I'm going to make sure these lines are nice and bold. And now he's nice and decorated. Alright, Mr. Snail, I'm going to let you dry a moment, and then I'm going to return you to all your buddies, and they're going to be like, whoa, they're going to be so jealous. But you know what? They'll get their turn soon. Thank you for being my first customer. And I'll catch you guys later.